1039 WYAB.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
Folks, we're back. It is I, your host, Kim Wade, Radio Strongman, Kim Wade, coming to you live from WYAB. And I know some of you thought, hey, he may not be live. It was a rerun yesterday. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I was unable to attend, come to the studios on yesterday. We had a skier here at the radio studios. Our crack producer was under the weather, and he could not make it, and we were all concerned, so we were all over there standing out in front of his house with a prayer vigil with candles and the little cups and everything. And I'd be dang if this sucker didn't survive. And we was in, Lord, please spare us. But he's back. He's full throttle. He's he's an integral part of this team here. We don't know what we would do without him. The boss says we probably get a lot more work done around here, but that's what he says when the producer's not here. But nonetheless, he is a invaluable member of this team. Plus, he has obviously some video of certain people that keeps his job very secure around here. Nonetheless, I want to thank everyone. I enjoyed we had an opportunity to go to the Florida Area Chamber of Commerce banquet on last night, and great time was had by all. Chip Estes has done a great remodeling job with the old gin in downtown Florida. It's turned into a banquet hall. And the accommodations were top flight, and the meals were great. I just tell you what, if you're ever looking for some fine victuals, some good eating, come on to downtown Florida. What's the name of that meal? The restaurant. I want to say Mill Street. The Mill, Main Street Cafe. I want to say Meal Ticket. That's the. Anyway, Main Street Cafe. Provided food for the evening, and it was a delicious dinner. They have some just great meals. It's almost as home cooked. And I was blessed with a tray of cinnamon rolls, which I have not cooked yet. I was tempted to put them bad boys in the oven, but I held off because I am trying to shed a few pounds. Nonetheless, they will be down when I leave here. I'm getting me a gallon of milk, and I like my milk ice cold, and I'm going to enjoy some of those cinnamon rolls this evening. But I decided I was going to eat them on a treadmill so I can work my guilt off while I eat the cinnamon rolls. But nonetheless, a great time was had by all. As I said before and said last night, Florida and the Florida surrounding area, this is a great place for you to come, move your family, set up shop, set up business. I encourage you. If you're someone who works out of your home or you homeschool or you just the independent sort, the one who pulls their own weight, who's knows how to put, one foot in front of the other and make things happen. This is a good area for you to settle in. You're going to find fellow travelers up here, and you'll find welcome. And it'll be a good place for your kids to grow up. They can walk up and down the streets of Florida, both of them, and just enjoy the environments. They got a great school system up here, and of course, the academy up here is top flight, and they're producing scholars and scholar athletes year round, year in and year out. So again, when you're out looking, so you know what, I may want to leave my present environment. And then you hear gunfire, I am leaving now. Get the kids, we're out of here. And come on the floor, come check them out. So I do want to thank them for inviting me out on yesterday. I wasn't certain how I would be received. I felt a very warm welcome. And I just want to thank everyone for the good time we had on last night. All right, folks, we have a special guest in the studios. A young man who is a rising star in the radio business, radio mogul, all the way from Biloxi, Mississippi. Mr. Anthony Allen. How you doing, Mr. Allen?
Hey, Kim. Appreciate you letting me be on the show, man, and doing great, man.
Well, it's good. It's good to have you up. He's coming all the way up from the Gulf Coast. He's here observing radio in real time with your host, who? Radio Strongman, Kim Wade. And he's jotting down notes and learning all the things he does not need to do if he wants to be successful in radio. But he's here, and he'll be contributing his nickels and dimes to the marketplace of ideals as we go forward here. It is an open forum today. Our number's here, 601-879-0002. And you can get some things off your chest. I will be leading off a little monologue here in a moment. But firstly, we do want to make note. There was a shooting earlier today in Jackson, 2 Jacksonians. We can safely say murder is down. They did not die. So the police chief and the mayor up there doing a line dance because they can go to the public and say, hey, murder's down. 2 people got shot. They ain't even dead.
Wait a minute. Are we talking about Jackson or are we talking about New Orleans? That sounds like something they do in New Orleans.
No, I thought New Orleans, according to the tourism report, this is a great place. That's a great place to go. All they do is party and walk around with masks on.
Well, they also walk around with semi-automatic firearms and shoot people at Mardi Gras parades.
Oh, okay. Well, the guns and the masks is the same thing they do here in Jackson. Of course, here in Jackson, they don't even wear masks anymore. They just give it up, you know. But nonetheless, it's actually not that bad here in Jackson if you're armed. If you're unarmed, you are what we call a victim. But now, Anthony, while you're here, let me tell you about our fine ambulatory services here. As I just mentioned, 2 Jacksonians got shot. Neither one of them died. You know why? Because of AMR, one of the finest ambulatory delivery services we know around. As a matter of fact, they have a pretty good success rate of getting people to the hospital. Now, you got to understand, that's just their job to get you to the hospital. If you die once they drop you off at the curb.
Well, you better hope they send you to UMC.
There you go. I tell people all the time, if you get shot, killed, or you get low sick, and you got something really bad wrong with you, you need to go to the UMC. Now, you can go to the boutique hospitals when you just have a little hangnail, but when you get down low, you need to go over there where they done sink some things. And plus, you get over there again, they're going to put the care on you. Now, you're going to have to wade through some folks. They got a whole lot of folks over there who have, you know, minor scrapes and bumps and bruises who will crowd the waiting room sometime. But if you are really, you got to have at least 3 bullet holes to get the expedited services, though. You know, but now 1 bullet hole in the head may get you, you know, a few bumps in the line there, but it's no guarantee. But now tell us a little bit about yourself, Anthony. You're from Biloxi, Mississippi. You are also in talk radio. Just give us a little thumbnail sketch of who you are, how you got involved with radio, etc.
Well, Kim, I run a talk show host, me and a co-host of mine, George Peterson. It's called Liberty with a Southern Accent, and it's run on WGSO AM 990 out of New Orleans and right out of the CBD. Mm-hmm. Reason I got into that was they fired, well, not WGSO, but another station, FM station, actually fired my favorite talk show host, Drive Time. So they put some syndicated guy on, and it is my conviction that local radio has always been better. So George and I got together, and we started this show, and we've been doing it. Friday will be our 3rd show, and decided to give it back to the people, which is the way it ought to be and the way it should always be, in my opinion. I'm got a firm conviction in community service, and I think that's part of it.
Oh, okay. And what are some of your contributions as far as community service? Because a lot of times I hear that and come to find out the guy's a trustee. I don't really call that community service.
Well, during hurricanes, I do something called ham radio.
Okay.
And which means that I volunteer my time if communications are out. I sit there and provide communications for the county, me and several others. Actually, it's a statewide network of a team, and it's called ARES, which is Amateur Radio Emergency Services. So I'm glad to be a part of that, and also help out with a all-volunteer low-power FM station on the coast, 103.5 out of Bay St. Louis, which is actually owned and operated by the Hancock County Amateur Radio Association, which initially got my start in radio.
Okay. Well, that means that you're qualified to be in radio. You're a hamster, so that does qualify as community service. People don't realize you guys are there until they really need you, and they say, "Oh, thank God for the ham." So we tip the fedora to you for your contributions. And well, you're here today, and we're glad to have you here at WYAB. And we'll just, like I said before, we talk about numerous things. It's an open forum, so we'll occasionally get callers in here. We have some usual suspects there. We have some dyed-in-the-wool, yellow dog, Kool-Aid drinking Obama supporters who are on a rocket straight to hell as far as I'm concerned. But, I mean, yeah, no. Hey, if they want to go, they can go. Then we have a couple of preachers, ministers of the gospel, and they read from the Rick James version of the Bible. That's the one where they got the rolling papers in the back. And so they sound like they stoned when they call here, but they're still friends of mine. And
well, Kim, there was something I wanted to ask you about.
Go ahead, young
Did you hear
man.
about that guy, Aldi, that representative?
Yeah, Mr. Aldi, the one who was very candid in his discussion of his constituents back there in Walls, Mississippi.
Yeah, I can't get over this guy. How stupid can you be to be a representative from the Delta of all places in Mississippi? I can understand if you're over in Neshoba County.
Okay.
And by the way, people, I used to live in Philadelphia. I love Neshoba County.
Isn't that where Cheney Sherman? Well, go ahead. Warren Cheney, whatever the three guys.
Warren Cheney and Goodman.
Yeah, it wasn't a good place for them. But go ahead.
Yeah, but of all people, number one, you're going to say this. Number two, you're going to say this in a representative of of a place in the Delta. And then number three, to top it off, you're going to say this in front of Jerry Mitchell.
Jerry Mitchell was just rubbing his chops. I mean, that was right up. That's like a line. I mean, he just right up his alley. He loved it, and that was the first time I ever seen Jerry Mitchell live speaking. Matter of fact, it kind of concerned me. The guy wouldn't look in the camera. I'm saying, what's wrong with this fella? He's looking all to the side and everything. He was looking like a Democrat. I mean, he looked like he was up to something. Jerry, I mean, don't take offense, man. I'm just saying, you were making me nervous.
Jerry's a good guy. Jerry's a good guy. We spoke on Facebook numerous times.
I'm just saying, he was
looking at a lot of good things for the community up here and around Jackson.
Back when I was in high school. I was in high school, and I was smoking marijuana back then. And the guy at the Holiday Inn who was the cook was the dealer. And every time, you're dealing with him and he's talking, he's steadily scratching his chest and doing his eyes like Jerry Mitchell. And I said, Jerry, start doing his eyes and scratching his chest at the same time. I'm thinking this guy's selling weed. He probably got a nickel bag. But, he just came off as kind of shady to me. He great guy though he may be. I don't know. But
he's an excellent guy. He really is.
Yeah, well, I had raised eyebrows, and I'm just... Matter of fact, man, I backed away from my TV and got my gun. Hey, what's going on here? You just never know. Folks, our numbers here, 601-879-0002. We have Anthony Allen, talk show host from the Gulf Coast and New Orleans area. He's here in the Jackson area today, and he's sitting in with us. If you got any comments, we're glad to take your call, 601-879-0002. Bill! Hey, Bill.
Hey, what's going on, Kim?
Hey, buddy, what's going on?
Not much. I heard all day statement and everything. But if you tell the truth, are you a racist?
Well, if you tell the truth and the truth that you're telling is racist, then yes, I would say that you are a racist.
Well, wait a minute.
Wait now. Man, the truth is the truth. What it hurts you or helps you.
Okay, but are all black people on welfare? Kim, are you on welfare?
Yeah, I'm living off the benefit of others. They're good gracious. Yes. Government cheese, no.
Kind of like this, dude. It's you, where you live at and everything.
His problem, Bill, was the fact that he said all the blacks back there in Walls.
I understand that, but
that means that no black in that area has ever held a job, McDonald's or otherwise, never been to college, never done any kind of community service, never done anything for themselves, That's all blacks. That's it in one basket right there, going by exactly word for word of what he said.
Well,
And they're shooting each other, and that's why he can't get good services at a hospital. By the way, that's racist.
I understand that, but he may
And I
have
doubt a Walls even
embellished a little bit on his statement, but the majority of what he was saying was probably true. I don't know.
Okay, so he's only half racist then.
Yeah.
Well, if the facts support what he's saying, then that right there.
Well, first of all, I mean the guy.
Which they don't.
Yeah, he was a little over the top. First of all, I doubt if Walls has a hospital, and I doubt if there folks laying up there with gunshot wounds, keeping him from getting medical care. This is not. It's not like he's in Jackson. If he's in Jackson,
well, I looked up where Walls is at, and that's up there in DeSoto County. That's pretty close to Memphis, and I'll grant you, Memphis is a dangerous city if you go in the wrong area. Just like New Orleans, just like Jackson, even Biloxi where I live. You go in the wrong area, Biloxi, you don't act right, you liable to get shot.
Well, now when you say the wrong area, I mean, you're essentially saying if you go where there's a lot of Democrats, you're going to get shot.
No,
well,
I'm not saying that at all.
Well, that's what I'm saying.
You go around a bunch of rednecks, you liable to get shot too if you don't know how to act right.
You know what? That's actually a good point because back when they were having the debate about the Confederate flag, and I had a friend of mine, Coolidge Anderson. Cooley, he made a good point. He said, "I want the Confederate flag to fly." He said because if my car breaks down and out in the middle of nowhere, and I'm trekking through a field and wood somewhere, and I come up on a bonfire, and I look, okay, look like there might be some help over there. And I look over there, and they get flying Confederate flags, bonfire. Okay, I might want to keep on stepping. So, the flag is like the skull and crossbones on an iodine bottle. It gives you an idea of what you're dealing with, and it could very well be danger. So,
well, I don't know about that either.
I don't know, man. As a matter of fact, when I got out the car and saw you, I said, "Oh Lord, we got American snipers standing out in front of my building." What the heck? This guy look like Larry the Cable Guy, y'all. Folks, our numbers here 601-8790. I thought it was a scene out of Deliverance. We'll be right back.
Hi, I'm Dr. Lorraine Hurley, and I've got news for you. In 2009, a team of doctors won the Nobel Prize in Physiology for discovering that the ends of chromosomes are protected by coverings called telomeres that control cellular aging. Immortalium nutritionally helps extend the lifespan of telomeres and is the most advanced anti-aging supplement to date. Healthy cell growth depends on healthy chromosomes, and healthy chromosomes depend on telomeres.
For more information, visit 90daystobefree.com, 90daystobefree.com, or call 888-503-0370.
Vital Signs with Forrest Thigpen of the Mississippi Center for Public Policy.
When legislators or the public consider a newly proposed government program, or an existing one for that matter, the first thought is usually, how can we make this work best? Instead, the first question should be, is this something government should be doing at all? We should also ask questions like these. When this program grows in scope and cost, and it almost assuredly will that be a good thing? Will it result in people taking more responsibility for themselves and their families, or less responsibility? Will it help some people in the short run, but incentivize behavior that creates dependency and actually harms others in the long run? Will it enhance the ability of parents to exercise their responsibility and authority, or will it place government in the parental role? We've posted these and other questions online at governingbyprinciple.org. There you'll also find the principles which should guide state policy. Go to governingbyprinciple.org.
For all of your auto glass repair, replacement, and tinting needs, choose Lakeland Glass and Tint on the corner of Lakeland and Layfair Drive. Mobile service, deductible assistance, repairs done at no cost to customer with most insurance companies. We have complete tint service featuring heat blocker technology. If you need anything auto glass, call 601-946-1000. Lakeland Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Kim Wade here. When your garage door is in need of repair or service, who should you call? The Doorman. The guys at the Doorman have 96 years of combined experience. In fact, Kelly has been servicing and installing garage doors for over 30 years, and most repairs only cost $75. The Doorman, they're the best. Don't believe me? Ask your neighbor. Call anytime. You'll talk with Mary, and she'll have someone at your home or business right away. Installation, repair, accessories, that's the Doorman, 601-605-9000 or GarageDoormanMS.com.
Today, Mr. Pittman, owner of Silverleaf Wines and Spirits in Ridgeland, will tell our listeners how they're raising the bar on wine returns.
Unfortunately, there is a revolving door return policy that has become common, and it isn't just to you, the consumer. Here's the problem. A consumer returns unused wine from their event. The wine is then resold. When wine is resold, there is no way any store can ensure untampered freshness. So sure, our return policy is tough. Ask your store of choice if you can return unused product after your event. If the answer is yes, how can you be sure you're getting untampered freshness? Don't be a victim of a store's revolving door return policy. For certainty, shop Silverleaf Wines and Spirits.
We're all about you. Silverleaf Wines and Spirits. Yeah, you. Silverleaf Wines.
6954 Old Canton Road, Ridgeland, Mississippi, 601-206-4638.
Sleep is an important part of good health, and MyPillow is a most important part of good sleep. This is Lee Atkins, owner of Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland. I'm pleased to announce that we now carry MyPillow products. The most comfortable and adjustable pillow in the health industry can benefit those who suffer with fibromyalgia, migraines, snoring, neck pain, and more. Over 5 million people trust their MyPillow to deliver them the best night's sleep in the whole wide world. It's just one of the many products that we carry for you and your family at Home Care Plus Medical, 864 Wilson Drive in Ridgeland, 601-957-9174.
Buck Sullivan's, your automotive and truck center for over 50 years. We offer toolboxes, towing systems, winches, and automotive accessories. Do you need a service body, work van interior, cranes, or lift gates? Here at Buck Sullivan's, we have it all. Come by today and see Al Conley, Carl Leonard, or Kyle Simmons at 1022 University Boulevard, or call us at 601-352-7641, 601-352-7641.
This hour of the Kim Wade Show brought to you by Bill's Creel and State Depot on the tracks in downtown Flora, and now featuring Bill's famous crawfish all season long.
We're back, folks. This is your host, Kim Wade, coming to you live from WYAB. I'm being seen and not viewed. I made it through another night there in Jackson without getting shot, without getting toe tagged, without getting outlined in chalk, without Wright and Ferguson doing my makeup. Thank you, Lord. Folks, we have Larry on the line. What do you say, Larry?
Hey, what's going on, Kim Wade?
All is well, sir. What's your story?
My story is tell that last call of yours. If you want to hear the truth, tell them welfare was originated for white folks. And if you check your data, you'll see. They always kind of want to put, things on black, but there's some of the poorest, racist, white folks you want to see, and that's what you ought to see some of them that is on welfare. And you can see them right here in the city of Jackson. And who is him talking the truth is his truth. Tell him check the data to see.
Oh, I thought you were going to talk about the redneck that's got 6 cars in his yard. I thought you were going to talk about the redneck that's got 6 cars in his yard and only one of them runs. The rest of them sitting up on jacks for parts.
Sitting where now?
I said I thought you was going to talk about the the rednecks that got 6 cars in their yard and only 5 of them work and the rest of them's for parts, sitting up on jacks.
You can find a lot of them. A lot of them. And probably the person that made this comment and legislator, he probably one of those who put his name and 4 other names together. He probably couldn't even pick out his own name. And so...
Well, do you think he got some black votes?
Kim Wade.
Huh?
And that's all I have to say about the caller.
All right, thank you, Larry. Do you think Mr. Al Days going to get reelected?
Do I?
Yeah. He apologized.
Okay, and?
Well, I think
if I look at you and I call you something out of your name for no reason, or say something slanderous about you, and I apologize, does that make it any, especially if I do it publicly?
Well, he did it publicly, but I think he may have fumbled the last part when he said, my nigga. My bad. You don't say that.
No.
So he may have blown it. Yeah, he got a backhoe out on that apology there. He was steadily digging. But anyway, at the end of the day, I mean, come on. Hey, it is what it is.
Well, my opinion is he set the state of Mississippi back about 40 years.
Well, he certainly set his political ambitions back, but nonetheless, he did issue the apology.
Well, I don't know. Wait a minute. Is he on Haley Barbour's payroll?
No, not that I'm aware of. He is a GOP, though.
Yeah, but what I'm getting at is, if Haley Barbour backs him up, then, they can always just buy the Democratic vote to vote for him and keep him in office.
Well, that is true. And that is true. I mean, if he spreads around some $15 a pop votes, he can get back in there. Because, now we may be mad, but cash is still king. You put some 5 and 10s out there, folks will look the other way. And it's a sad day, but, hey, what can you say? So what else? Now, you've been involved and you've been watching the political scene here for the last few years. You're a relatively young man. What do you think about the prospects of the lieutenant governor being reelected, the governor? What about Chris McDaniels? Have you followed any of that?
Well, I have followed a little bit of it. Mm-hmm. Chris McDaniel, to my knowledge, has not filed with the Secretary of State's office yet.
Right, that is correct.
But my opinion is that if he does file, at best it'll go to it'll be a repeat of the Senate race with Thad Cochran.
Mm-hmm.
To a T. Because Tate Reeves is going to get reelected. Phil Bryant is going to get reelected as governor. Nobody in those two offices, nobody is powerful enough to take those two offices. And that's all there is to it.
Well,
the other thing is, I have a friend of mine that's considering running, and you know him too.
Mm-hmm.
Ron Williams is considering running on the independent ticket.
Right.
And I love the guy to death. I do. I'm proud to call him one of my best friends. But I don't think he's got a shot. And it's because he doesn't have the money.
Well, I think this is going to be an interesting race. Nothing is etched in stone. The Democrat leadership seems to be enthused about Tim Johnson. And it appears to me that, for the life of me now, I don't understand Tate's, what appeared to be a very pointed and repeated jab at the conservative base in favor of the teachers' unions and the teachers' educational establishment, etc. He seemed to have gone out of his way, and he won by enough of a margin and coalition the first time he ran to not have to have done a lot of the things he's done legislatively, which appears to be again poking the eye to some of his conservative base, and he must have another calculus that he's using as to how he can put together a coalition to win.
Well, this is my thing. Okay, I'm not a Republican. I can't stand the Republican Party, and I will say this, and I will shout this from the top of the tower behind this building with a bullhorn. I can't stand. I am to the point to where I like Republicans less than I like Democrats, and that's saying a lot.
I can understand.
I am a member, and I do not speak for the Libertarian Party of Mississippi in any way, shape, or form, but I am a member of the Libertarian Party of Mississippi. Okay?
Now, some people equate libertarianism with potheads.
Well, I've never touched a drug in my life.
So somebody else is holding a bong or what?
No, I've never.
You're qualifying that. You never say you hadn't gotten.
I have never. The only drugs I have ever touched is the ones that I partake in, and that's caffeine and nicotine, and occasionally some alcohol.
Well, that explains that IV drip over there. That is a bottle of Wild Turkey. My goodness, folks, I thought that was actually medicine. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
If you've got a big lawn, you need a big-time mower. You need an Exmark from Frederick Sales and Service. Exmark mowers are the first choice for landscape professionals. Purchased 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. Speed, durability, comfort, and quality of cut are the reasons why an Exmark mower may just be the last mower you ever buy. With 0% financing and factory rebates going on now, Frederick Sales and Service has what it takes to get you on the Exmark that fits your needs. Call or come by our store on Highway 471 in Brandon or online at fredericksales.com.
Do you have neck pain, back pain, or migraines? Have you tried other treatments in the past with poor results? Myofascial release physical therapy can work for you. MFR is a personalized, completely hands-on, non-traditional physical therapy that treats the problem, not just symptoms. I'm John Sellers, Clinical Director at Grace Myofascial Clinic in Gluckstadt, Mississippi, and we have over 50 years of combined clinical experience and accept all private insurance carriers and Medicare. Call us at 769-257-6378 or visit us online at gracepainsolutions.com. Physician referral required.
If you're waiting on us, you're backing up.
Steve!
It's tax refund time.
And that means big savings for you.
Like dinette sets starting at $249.
And iron beds at $349.
Sofa and love seat groups only $5.99.
Don't wait for your tax refund with prices like this.
And don't forget no interest financing and no credit check financing.
And same-day delivery at
Lewis Furniture and Mattress Gallery. Come home to Lewis Furniture.
Highway 80, Nixon, Nukes, and Clinton.
Mississippi's oldest and most complete game room supplier, Game Room Gallery, also houses the largest selection of bar stools for the kitchen and the game room. Bar stools literally any way you want them. Come in today and let us help you completely design your custom bar stools. Choose your perfect bar stool's height, fabric, finish, even whether they're swivel or non-swivel. Well, you get the idea. Game Room Gallery offers bar stools that can be uniquely yours. Game Room Gallery, helping you create lasting memories of fun with your family. Located in Ridgewood Road in Ridgeland and online at gameroom-gallery.com. It's time you take the hassle out of filing your tax returns with A&D Professional Tax Service, your source for professional tax services and electronic filing for over 24 years. Bring your photo ID and proof of insurance as required under the Affordable Care Act when you arrive to file. Let A&D Professional Tax get you all the money that is due to you.
Hi, this is David. Come see Linda and I and Flora at the Cotton Exchange Plaza. Or see Lisa and Kikio at 3234 Mega Evers Boulevard. Or Tina and Utica. A&D Professional Tax. We're here to serve you.
Hi, Kim Wade here. If going to the dentist is one of your greatest fears, you need to know that you are not alone. If you haven't been to the dentist in a long time, it can take up to 8 to 10 appointments over several months to fix your teeth. This can be very discouraging and can result in even more serious and costly problems. If you prefer to have your dental work completed in the shortest period of time, then consider having your dental care completed while you're sedated. Dr. Brian Johnston, a general dentist in Brandon with over 30 years experience, treats patients across the state who have a lot of fear of going to the dentist. His patients typically haven't been to the dentist in 5 to 30 years because of the same fear. He'll simply give you a small pill to sedate you, and while you're relaxed and comfortable, he can correct years of painful and embarrassing dental problems, sometimes in as little as one appointment. For your convenience, Dr. Johnston's office is now offering extended hours for his patients on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. For more information regarding sedation dentistry, call now 601-825-1172 or online at drbejohnston.com. That's drbejohnston.com. If you're a business owner, it's imperative that your building, equipment, and parking area look as clean and professional as possible. Oil and grease spots could mean bad impression on your customers, as well as mildew and dirty siding. Why not call the professionals at South Alley Hydro Clean to have your building, parking area, and even your heavy equipment clean? South Alley Hydro Clean skilled professionals have been trained to utilize the state-of-the-art equipment with pressure up to 3,500 psi, along with the right additives to get your property looking new again. Call South Alley Hydro Clean 601-680-0185 or southalley.com.
The Kim Wade Show, brought to you by the all-new, completely redesigned Bad Boy Buggy with 4x4 capability from Ben Nelson Golf and Utility Vehicles, I-20 Airport Road in Pearl.
All right, folks, we're back. It is I, your host, Kim Wade, coming to you live from WYAB. And for all your auto glass needs, repairs, or replacement, even tinting, choose Lakeland Glass and Tint on the corner of Lakeland Drive and Layfair, just west of Mirror Lake Plaza. That's right, folks. Get those windows tinted, and that way you won't have to endure this. You know, we live in the subtropics here in Mississippi. It gets hot. You don't even see the devil around here. Well, you see a few. But anyway, it gets hot. So if you want your windows tinted professionally, one that's going to hold you need to give them a call. 601-946-1000. Number's easy to remember. 946-1000. And did you know that replacing your windshield, for the most part, windshields go for under $200. Check them out. Give them a call today, 946-1000. Or go to the website, LakelandGlassAndTint.com. In the studios with us, folks, radio mogul from the Gulf Coast, Mr. Anthony Allen. He is a talk show host there in the New Orleans Gulf Coast area, and he's blaring out. How many days a week on your?
No, I'm just 1 day a week.
Okay.
1 hour a day, 1 day a week, just getting started.
That's how I started out, young man, and I over the years it's been going. It's 23 years now. So I started out just like yourself. I felt like I had something to say, and it was either get me a way to express myself, an outlet, if you will, or get on top of the Standard Life building with a high-powered rifle. And I said, okay, with a name like Kim, going to jail is not an option. You know, so I decided the path.
You got a pretty mouth, boy.
So I decided to avoid the old jail time, and as they say, the rest is history. Now, you brought out some good observations there. Now, what about your boy down there on the Gulf Coast, Mr. Palazzo? He seems to be under constant fire, but he got reelected. What's the real deal on that? Is he there for life?
The real deal on that is
Steve Palazzo.
The real deal on Steve Palazzo. Oh, yes. Where do I start?
Yes.
I have never voted for him. Just me personally. I never liked him. I always thought that he was a little too corrupt, just from his family to begin with.
Whoa. For liability reasons, you might want to just say that you have concerns.
Okay, yeah, I'll go ahead and back off that then. But I have strong contempt for him.
Contemptuous disdain. Tell us how you really feel. Okay.
Yeah, he lost because Gene Taylor decided he wanted to flip over and run as a Republican as opposed to being a Democrat. And I like Gene. I didn't vote for him when he ran as a Republican, and largely because a friend of mine, Tavis Kelly, was running for the same seat, and I thought he was the best man qualified for the job.
Right.
But out of the two, I would have definitely chose Gene. He's definitely done a lot more for the coast. He puts Mississippi first. And another thing is, I don't know why the NRA backed up Stephen Palazzo when he's the guy that was against open carry. And I open carry everywhere.
That's interesting. Well, the NRA has a history of helping those individuals who are already elected. So, that's pretty much their policy.
Well, the thing is the guy that was running against him, my friend, owns a gun shop.
Right.
In Picayune. And not only does he own a gun shop, as far as I know, he is the only gun manufacturer in the state, and he's a Class 3 manufacturer at that.
Mm-hmm.
So it would seem to me that the NRA would back up the guy that builds guns and builds suppressors and sells them.
Well, they have a tendency to go with the folks who are actually who are casting the votes, but nonetheless, I still support the NRA, and I was disgruntled with them. They supported Harry Reid's reelection, but that's just the nature of the business in which they find themselves in. They're lobbyists, and they have no permanent friends or no permanent enemies. They have a permanent interest, and that is protecting the Second Amendment. So I just take it all with a grain of salt. That's one of the things, as you run for office, as you're involved with different things, even as a radio talk show host, you're gonna take some positions that everybody's not gonna like. You just learn that at the end of the day, hey, you sit horses on more things than you disagree with, and you just go ahead on and you ride with that posse. We have on the line with us Bill, number 2. Hey, Bill.
Hey, how you doing, Mr. Kim?
All is well.
I am glad you got hooked up with my new good friend.
Oh,
hey, Bill, good to hear you.
Bill Marcy, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, brother, hey, listen, I ran into this young fella down in, I believe it was Gulfport, and he did an interview, and he was smoking a cigarette with his iPhone And I'm thinking, man, this guy's off the deep end. But all of a sudden, I said, no, he's just the white version of Shea Wade.
Yeah, he told me you had recommended he contact me. So.
Oh yeah, he's a man that has. He's a man that you got to hold him. You got to hold him by the reins now because he doesn't know what he can say and what he won't say. But he'll tell you the truth. He'll tell you at least how he feels. That's how I feel about him. But I'm
we drug tested him before we let him get behind the microphone. So.
Well, you can see a lot more on that CV than you can on a broadcast radio. So what can I say? I think you guys bring up good points about I think I'm personally hearing that Chris McDaniels is going to step forward and run for lieutenant governor, and I think that would be a good thing.
Well, Bill, aren't you thinking about running for something?
Well, let's not tell all our secrets there, Mr. Allen. There's a rumor going around. I'm not shy about putting my hat in the ring.
Right.
If they're not calling me bad names at least 2 or 3 times a year, I figure I must be doing something wrong.
Yeah, Bill, you have managed to make friends and enemies across the entire state. So, welcome to my world.
The Republicans were bad until I went over there and sat with the Democrats for 15 minutes.
Well, you know what?
I couldn't get back to the Republicans that fast enough. Man.
Listen. I believe you running as a Democrat is what prompted the barbers to put money on Travis Childers, because they didn't know what was going to happen with Chris on one side and you on the other. Haley was afraid of losing total control of that seat.
Well, that was the plan. Sometimes you got to learn how to play chess.
Right.
Okay, and you got to put a move where they don't have a move.
Right.
And I'm glad that Travis was able to make a few dollars, and the state was enriched by the Barber Fund. And I'm not mad at Haley. Okay, as long as he's putting money into the state of Mississippi, hey, amen.
Well, I tell you what, you ran a good race, and like I said before, hey, somebody had to do it, and you stepped up. We tipped the fedora to you, my friend.
Well, I appreciate it, but you've never heard the last of old Bill Marcy. So, hey, listen, give this young guy a chance, and I think he'll do good for us down there in Biloxi, and maybe even up here in Jackson.
All right, brother. Thank you, Bill. Good talking with you.
All right, Bill. Thanks a lot, buddy. Take it easy.
All right. Let's go to Steve. Hey, Steve.
Hey, Kim. How are you doing?
Kim's doing fine. How you doing, sir?
I'm good. I'd be doing better if I could find a place to get some good Spanish lessons. That way I could go over to Silver Leaf Wines and Spirits, drink me about a fifth of whiskey, and on the way coming home, when they stop me for being drunk, I can just tell them I'm an illegal alien, and Barack Obama said, you got to turn me loose.
That's right. Look, isn't that something? We have 2 sets of rights now, and you can break into the country illegally, get all the you can use false documents or get real ones from the government, and get every right that we can avail ourselves after having been here all
Don't they call that diplomatic immunity?
It's called knowing Barack Obama.
They're not diplomats, otherwise it would be, sir.
Yeah, but I know that, but I'm just saying that's the same rights that we give a foreign diplomat. If he comes over here,
he
gets a DUI, kills somebody.
The only difference is the foreign diplomats don't get the same rights that the illegal aliens get.
Yeah, well, we certainly have 2 sets of rights and rules that are coming down, and I can't understand for the life of me why all these attorneys we have out here, somebody's not suing about the double standard aspect of this stuff.
Well, let me tell you what, this has been going on for quite some time now, because 4 years ago, a young black man that worked for one of my customers was working a second shift, and on his way home, an illegal alien crossed the center line, hit his car, basically turned him into a vegetable, and got off scot-free.
Well, they had an illegal kill a dude on a motorcycle in Gulfport about 07, I think is what it was, 06 or 07. Yeah. They didn't even deport him. They turned him loose out of the jail and never seen from him again. Far as I know, he got charged, but he didn't get deported, and he didn't go to prison. I don't know what, they turned that story off quick. He just kind of disappeared.
So the bottom line is that I need to learn how to say something in Spanish more than Yo quiero Taco Bell, okay?
How about bien estados unidos, habla inglés, por favor?
If you fax that to me, maybe I can learn it.
Well, I don't think that would work, because that's the only Spanish I picked up when I was in Arizona. It's welcome to the United States, please speak English. So.
Yeah. Have you seen the news article about officials declaring that if you eat healthy, it's a mental disorder?
Yeah, I hadn't heard that, but I've long ago, I just give liberals the face palm, man. You know, it may not be as tactful as some would hope, but these people, like I said before, they will cause you to lose your testimony dealing with them.
Well, you know, you can get any fool believing anything in the world if you start your story off with a new study shows, and you already got it right there.
Yeah, I've seen a recent video clip where a young reporter went to some college town in no, it may have been Texas or California, but they got a petition signed by all these young skulls full of mush to add to make it mandatory for schools to put Soylent Green in the school lunch program.
Yeah, I saw that. It might be an improvement from what Michelle is serving them, so they may go for it.
You're probably right about that. But this has just gotten to the point of being really, really ridiculous. They want to have all, and all the pundits, I don't care, it's Fox News, it's MSNBC, all of them are trying to say that if we aren't vaccinated or our kids aren't vaccinated, that we're causing harm to the ones that are. Well, the truth of the matter is the ones that are spreading the measles around are the ones that were vaccinated, number one. And number two, if the vaccines work all that well, how does someone that hasn't been vaccinated pose a threat to someone that has?
Well, this is what gets me crazy. What about...
I want you to hold that thought. Okay. Steve, we need to take a quick break. Hold on, we'll be right back.
Get your truck on at Rick's Pro Truck, your premier truck accessories location for decades. Rick's Pro Truck is the #1 rough country suspension retailer in the Southeast, featuring the largest stock of custom wheels, from RBP to Fuel Off-Road and XD styles. Be ready for vacation and football season with Thule rooftop storage, while outfitting yourself with new Yeti apparel, hats, shirts, and Yeti stainless tumblers, and the best price and largest Yeti cooler inventory in the Southeast. Rick's Pro Truck, Lakeland Drive, Flowood, and I-55 South in Jackson. Trucks live here.
Kim Wade here. Williams Equipment and Supply Company is your one-stop dealership for all your equipment needs, providing full service support for a long line of quality manufacturers. Cucci Compact Earth Moving Equipment is one of those lines. Known for brute strength and bulletproof durability, you get high production and low downtime. Act now and you'll get 0% financing for 42 months. Come in for a demo and you'll understand why Takuchi is called the Beast, and Williams Equipment is considered the best in customer satisfaction. 109 Transport Avenue, just off Highway 49 in Richland, 601-420-0055.
What untaxes the poor, fully funds the federal government, and lets us all take home 100% of our paychecks without taxes withheld? The fair tax, a simple national sales tax that supercharges our economy and abolishes the income tax. It makes April 15th just another spring day. What's in it for you? Maybe the last penny you'll ever pay the IRS. Call 1-800-FAIR-TAX or visit us at fairtax.org. It's time for a better way. It's time for the Fair Tax. Brought to you by Americans for Fair Taxation.
Hi, Dr. Lorraine Hurley here. Would you wait till you're dying of thirst before digging a well? Well, why wait until you're sick before getting nutrients you need? Longevity's Healthy Start Pack has all the essential nutrients your body needs. The 60 minerals, 16 vitamins, 12 amino acids, and 2 fatty acids just aren't available in most people's diets. Your body needs these nutrients, and the Healthy Pack 2.0 has them all covered.
For more information, visit 90daystobefree.com, 90daystobefree.com, or call 888-503-0370.
Doctor, they see, doctor, what's your diagnosis? My whole house was hot as a fever. Now my house is frozen, 'cause my air conditioner's home. Doctor, my AC's broken. Doctor, AC, doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Power companies are now offering virtually free systems and generous rebates to you when you replace your existing air conditioning system with a newer one that helps you save money. Call a knowledgeable rep today to see if you qualify.
Doctor, the AC doctor, heal my house, bless my soul.
Call the AC Doctors for great service and get your rebate today. For all of your auto glass repair, replacement, and tinting needs, choose Lakeland Glass and Tint on the corner of Lakeland and Layfair Drive. Mobile service, deductible assistance, repairs done at no cost to customer with most insurance companies. We have complete tint service featuring heat blocker technology. If you need anything auto glass, call 601-946-1000. Lakeland Glass and Tint, where quality matters.
Kim Wade here. When your garage door is in need of repair or service, who should you call? The Doorman. The guys at The Doorman have 96 years of combined experience. In fact, Kelly has been servicing and installing garage doors for over 30 years, and most repairs only cost $75. The Doorman, they're the best. Don't believe me? Ask your neighbor. Call anytime. You'll talk with Mary, and she'll have someone at your home or business right away. Installation, repair, accessories, that's The Doorman, 601-605-9000 or GarageDoormanMS.com.
This hour, The Kim Wade Show, brought to you by Bill's Creole and Steak Depot on the tracks in downtown Flora, and now featuring Bill's famous crawfish all season long.
Folks, we're back to the final few minutes of the Kim Wade Show. We have Bob Cat on the line. Mr. Cat, sir, how goes it?
Hey, man, what's going on?
All is well. What you got, buddy?
Well, as far as Larry calling in and talking about welfare being originally designed for white people, that may be the case, but back in the 60s, Democrats expanded it, and I'm going to quote from a study by Daniel Patrick Moynihan, who at the time was Assistant Secretary of Labor, who later became U.S. Senator Democrat New York. While analyzing various statistics concerning black poverty, he noticed something unusual. Rates of black male unemployment and welfare enrollment, instead of running parallel as they always had, started to diverge in 1962 in a way that would be called the Moynihan Scissors. Moynihan generally concluded in the report the steady expansion of welfare programs can be taken as a measure of the steady disintegration of the Negro family structure over the past generation in the United States. So, he was a Democrat working in a Democrat administration who expanded the welfare programs. Democrats knew what they were doing.
It was planned. It was the intention. And this is why when I ask people, well, why are you still Democrat? Then they want to look all crazy. I'm saying, listen, quit complaining, quit bothering everybody about this bozo crap. You want what's happening to you. You want what's happening to the community. If you didn't, you'd change.
Yeah, but the thing is that does not mean that all blacks in Walls, Mississippi, are on welfare.
No.
That was the.
I don't even know what this fool said about Walls, Mississippi. I could care less. If he's a racist and he's a Republican, he needs to resign his position.
And I'm in agreement with you, sir.
With that. I'm just saying. I don't know what Bill's point was, bringing it up with you, but I'm saying Larry is full of crap.
Thanks, Bobcat. Appreciate you. All right. Truth of the matter is, these programs, as you as a libertarian certainly would agree, that steals a person's initiative, does us all harm, in addition to the individuals whose initiative is stolen to take care of himself and do for himself.
I agree.
And it costs all of society. So it's not good, but what Bob was saying, the intention of Johnson was nefarious from the get-go. The Great Society and all.
Right.
All right. We're going to take a break. We'll be right back.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Flora, Madison, Ridgeland, Jackson.
CBS News. I'm Harley Carnes. The president's three-day conference on extremism is not at all focused on destroying ISIS on the battlefield. It's about how to blunt the ability of extremists to recruit new terrorists. He said, don't blame Islam.
Inexcusable acts of violence have been committed against people of different faiths, by people of different faiths, which is, of course, a betrayal of all our faiths.
He said it's a generational fight to clean the soil from which extremism takes root by making sure young people have a future and a chance to choose peace. No longer the interim director, Joe Clancy gets the permanent directorship of the Secret Service.
Republicans in Congress criticized this decision because a government-appointed panel recommended that an outsider would be needed for a fresh start. But White House spokesman Josh Earnest says Joe Clancy, who served for 27 years, then retired, has been effective since coming back as interim director last October after a string of embarrassments.
He is somebody that has credibility built up inside the agency, and he used that credibility to put in place reforms.
The job doesn't require Senate confirmation, so Clancy, at age 58, has it. Dan Raviv, CBS News, Washington.
A new CBS News poll asks who you would consider voting for today in the presidential primaries. Democrats like Hillary Clinton the best. No other Democrats even close. Survey manager Jennifer DePinto on GOP choices.
Republicans are most likely to say they would consider voting for Jeb Bush and Mike Huckabee for the GOP nomination. Following Bush and Huckabee is Marco Rubio.
Republican Jeb Bush offered his vision for a more robust U.S. foreign policy today. As for any influence the legacies of his father and brother might have on his own foreign policy views.
I'm my own man, and my views are shaped by my own thinking and my own experiences.
He was speaking to the Chicago Council on Global Affairs. On Wall Street, the Dow lost 17 points today. The Nasdaq was up 7. Oil less than $52 a barrel. The weather in the eastern half of the nation is turning nasty cold again after a big storm departed.
It can be a shock to the system if not dressed properly, that's for sure.
She's in Chicago, where cold is a winter way of life. Lots of the Midwest can be like that. WCCO TV's Jamie Yuccas in Minneapolis.
Today, the wind chill got to 25 to 30 below zero in the Twin Cities metro area, but as low as 45 below zero in northern Minnesota. Some schools delayed opening by 2 hours, none canceled.
It's expected to be record cold in Kentucky in the next day or so. Cold all the way to Alabama, in fact. Take heart, chilly friends. Warm weather is coming. This is the first day some Major League Baseball pitchers and catchers report for spring training. Tomorrow, the first workout is among the Philadelphia Phillies. Full squad workouts start in less than a week among Major League Baseball teams. This is CBS News.
This is a special alert to consumers who owe back taxes to the IRS.
Due to the financial hardship consumers are facing during the decline in the U.S. economy, the Internal Revenue Service is now accepting reduced settlements from consumers on back taxes, resulting in back taxes reduced by thousands of dollars. An open phone line has been established by Federal Tax Relief for consumers to call and see if you qualify for this reduction to ensure your financial stability during this decline in the economy. Take down this number or store it in your cell phone, but call 1-800-237-2199. That's 1-800-237-2199. If you owe back taxes to the IRS, there is no need to fear anymore. The IRS is now accepting reduced settlements from consumers, resulting in tax debts reduced by thousands of dollars. For your free information and to see if you qualify for your reduction, call the Federal Tax Relief Hotline, 1-800-237-2199. 1-800-237-2199. That's 1-800-237-2199.
Use this hour is made possible by Kelly Law Office Brandon, Personal Injury and Criminal Defense, 601-825-6455, 601-825-6455. You're listening to 103.9 WYAB. I'm Jim Thorne. Clear skies should be with us throughout the day. Today, temperature is still rather cool. In fact, tonight they'll get down to around 22 degrees. Sunshine tomorrow with highs only in the low 40s. A press conference was held yesterday afternoon by Panola County officials on the state of the Jessica Chambers investigation. As you remember, the 19-year-old was found burning near her car in early December. She died a few hours later. A report from WREG-TV Memphis said investigators don't know where Jessica was for about an hour before she was found.
There's now a $54,000 reward for information leading to an arrest in that case. A 14-year-old has been arrested by Tupelo police. The teen is suspected of calling in bomb threats to Tupelo Middle School February the 9th. The Mississippi Daily Journal reports that the buildings on campus had to be evacuated until the all-clear was given about an hour later. The teen's case will be handed over to the Lee County Youth Court. A house fire early this morning near downtown Jackson. WLBT reports no one was injured at the home on Taft Street. Investigators are working to determine the cause of that fire. An Ole Miss sophomore is in the intensive care unit of a hospital in Spain after being gored Saturday in a bullfighting festival called Carnival del Toro. A story from WAPT said that 20-year-old Benjamin Miller underwent an operation to repair damage to his thighs and back. Will he or won't he? A story from WLBT reports that State Senator Chris McDaniel is considering a challenge to Lieutenant Governor Tate Reeves' seat. McDaniel said he still has 10 days to decide, and he'll be talking with family members about a possible run. That's the news for the hour. I'm Jim Thorne for 103.9 WYAB. And now, a message from the Central Mississippi Tea Party.
Hello, folks. Our next step in understanding American freedom is to understand the distinction between rights and freedoms. Those sacred words of July 4th, 1776 said that people are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, among which are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. Did you notice that the Founding Fathers said rights and not freedoms? In our common vernacular, there would seem to be little difference, but in truth, there's something very important to understand here. A right is essentially the title of ownership to something. Freedom is the ability to act of your own volition. Do you see the difference? Rights are actually the fertile ground from which our freedoms sprout. I can take my own car for a ride anytime I choose, but I cannot do the same with my neighbor's car because I do not have the title or right to it. This distinction is why men can rob you of your freedom, but can never take away your rights. So it is your God-given ownership of life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness that authorizes, empowers, and entitles you to the freedoms necessary to enjoy them. Your freedom is dependent on your ownership. Please be thinking on that, and then join us next time when we continue looking at the difference between freedom and liberty. This is Roy Nicholson, and it is about our fundamental values.
The Central Mississippi Tea Party is made up of citizens who are proud to be Americans. We treasure the founding documents, the founders of our country, and the American flag. Unfortunately, we're living in a time when these great pillars of human happiness are being subverted. But you can make a difference. When individuals join together and become a group of patriots with the same goals, we can bring our country back. But it will take a lot of perseverance, prayer, fortitude, focus, and unity. Won't you join us? Find out more about the Central Mississippi Tea Party at centralmsteaparty.org.
The views and opinions expressed in this program are the individual views and opinions of the people expressing them and do not necessarily reflect those of this radio station, its parent, affiliated, or related entities, agents, or employees.
All right, we're back, folks. This is your host, Kim Wade, coming to you live from WYAB. In the studios, radio mogul from the Gulf Coast, Anthony Allen. He's on Facebook. You can find him there. You see, what is that car sitting there? What is it, an Oldsmobile?
No, it's a Crown Vic. That's an 87 Crown Vic LTD.
Okay. And
my pimp mobile.
Yep. He was able to get one of the things from his childhood when he was first arrested. So he bought the police car that first took him in. He's riding off to the sunset.
Wow, I was young.
Yeah, that's right.
3 years old in handcuffs. There you go.
Now what I'm saying. See, now for all those who say that I'm constantly dropping salt on black folks being involved with criminal activity, he was 3 years old when he was first pinched. So there you go.
They got me.
Lay it down to make you happy. We got a young white criminal here, okay? We got that was Larry called here earlier. He always wants to make sure that I know that, white people done it too. And we had one guy call here. He was lamenting the fact that we didn't have any black serial killers. And then, we had a spate of the guy up in Cleveland that was killing all those folks. And
Wait a minute, what about D.C.?
Huh? Oh, yeah,
the D.C. snipers from a few years ago?
Right, yeah, that's
Shooting
right.
people on the side of 495 up there?
That's right. So, he felt that we were making inroads, kind of like when Tiger Woods first got the green coat there in Augusta. So
y'all just don't have any to the tune of like Dahmer or
hadn't quite gotten into the to the munchies part of the serial killing thing, but hey, growth is possible. Adam, what's going on? Adam.
Kim Wadey.
Hey, what's up?
Hey man, I want to look back at something real quick. This came from the Clarion Ledger, which is never known to be Republican friends by any means. I got a hard time believing this guy said it. But if he did, maybe he needs to do like all the other Democrat KKK members, like Larry Bird, David Duke, Nathan Bevis Forrest, and join the Democrats.
Not Larry Bird. I think you're talking about the Senator Bird, but go ahead.
Yeah, Senator Bird. Maybe he ought to just join the KKK with the rest of them others. But Kim, I just got a hard time believing this guy said this, man.
He said it. I mean, it's on tape. Yeah.
Huh?
It was recorded. He did.
Yeah, he said it.
Yeah.
Like I said, it's bad when you say it representing the Delta, and even worse when you say it right there in front of Jerry Mitchell. That just tops it all
Walls
off.
in DeSoto County?
Yeah, it's up 55 there. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's in DeSoto County. That's not the Delta.
Yeah, it's probably swampland over there.
Well, it's close enough to the Delta for me anyway. I'm from the coast. What do I know about that part of the state?
Yeah, that's true. I understand that.
Well, I mean, yeah.
I live half a block off the beach,
I'd like to hear the tape.
Well, listen.
If he really said it.
Listen. His thoughts obviously were racist, but then some of the votes that the Black Caucus vote on as relates to educating their kids is just as bad as his comments. I mean, the same results. You ended up with
And
destroyed
people that are
lives.
jumping up and down probably had Farrakhan in the church.
Yeah, that's a good point there too.
So, I mean, I'm tired of these double standards, man. I mean, the guy shouldn't have said it.
Yeah.
Shame on him.
Yeah.
Let us people that, that are in his district vote him out or whatever.
Well, you know what? I mean, there's no law against being stupid, because if it was, Obama wouldn't have got reelected. Some folks who went to jail a long time ago.
He'd be doing 5 life sentences.
I don't know about that. I don't know if I'd call Obama stupid. I actually
I'm
think
not calling him stupid. I'm calling the people who voted for him.
Oh yeah, well that's true. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's not a stupid. He's just a Marxist and a communist and everything else.
Yeah, but he's actually very smart about it, which is dangerous.
Evil.
Yes.
He's smart. He's smart about it because people. Let me tell you something. I Kim Way, guy named E.T. Williams on YouTube. He's got a video that said black folks will follow Obama to hell. And I hate to say it, but their first black president. I'm glad that's a good thing. But it should have been somebody that had the morals that most of them do, because they don't. I mean, this guy is a Muslim. He don't give a damn about anybody. He helps the Mexicans. He's helped everybody except for the black people. He's destroyed the black community single-handedly.
That's the Obama outcome to know him, Well, hey, listen. The fact is, we're not complaining about it. So look, it's almost like a Hooker John relationship. If they're happy with it, hey man, who am I?
But Kim, when they call this guy racist, just say half his district is racist or 25% of. This ain't doing nothing but help him. So don't give him any media time. That's the way I've always looked at it.
Well,
no, you know what? You got a valid point there, sir. You really do.
Yeah, have a good guy.
Thanks, Adam. Appreciate you. Our number here is 601-879. In the studios with us, 879-0002, is Mr. Anthony Allen, media mogul from Biloxi, New Orleans area. He's on the air there. Are you on you're on Facebook, Anthony Allen, and is your station, can it be picked up on TuneIn and online?
Yeah, you can listen to me on TuneIn.
And what day are you
on? Friday at 7 p.m., which means I guess on Fridays I go on right after you go off.
Okay. Well, all right then. And he is learning the ropes. He's embarking on his radio career, so he's happened to be in the Jackson area here, so we let him come on in and fellowship with us. Now, Anthony, as you know, the Texas Court of Appeals, or Court of Appeals, I take it back, a district judge there in Texas ruled that President Obama's illegal amnesty program was in fact illegal, and has put a injunction on the implementation of his attempt to legalize, give voting rights, Social Security numbers, and money to all these illegals.
My opinion on that is it's great in theory, but it's futile. And I'll tell you why. He's going to get somebody in a higher court to go ahead and overturn that. And it ain't going to take much for him to do it.
I don't think that's going to happen. The law, the legal reasoning the judge cited down there was sound legal reasoning. There's plenty of court precedent for that. For those here in Jackson area, you remember our good friend Walter, who was hot and heavy about the fingerprinting of the daycare parents and kids, and they challenged that. Their attorney Lisa Ross challenged that on the basis that the DHS did not go through the proper procedure to implement the program, and she was successful. And the judge is accurate in the same thing. He's saying, first of all, Barack Obama, well, he didn't say that. I'm reading that part into it, but as the president, he doesn't have a right to come in here and actually create new law.
Well, he doesn't constitutionally.
Well, and that's what the judge is inferring. That's why the likelihood of success was limited, and he was able to do the injunction, or he felt he could do the injunction. The president, because he is not the legislative branch would have given the agency the authority, but with the authority that was given, the agency had a duty to give the public hearing, public notices, etc. And that's what the judge is saying, that because it wasn't done, the likelihood of success on the part of the president and his administration in seeing this act implemented is slim to none. So the judge is on good legal, there's just, the court precedent is just extensive. So it looks like amnesty, as the president proposed it, will not go forward. They're going to use it as a campaign wedge issue and a hammer to beat Republicans over the head with it. Now, if the Republicans actually fund it in the Congress, then that changes the complexion of it altogether when it eventually is heard by the Supreme Court. So we'll see what happens going forward. But it's not a done deal on the part of the president in terms of he can talk all that trash all he wants, but the law is clearly not on his side. And if they could get it in front of the D.C. court, then they may have a better chance of doing it. But right now, that's not where it's at.
Well, this is the thing that gets me is it seems like everything he's done that has been illegal or unconstitutional, separation of powers be damned, he's always been able to get around it and always been able to laugh in our faces proudly.
It's called black privilege, brother. You got to understand. Our number's here, 601-879-0002. Hey, Sylvia, how are we today?
I'm well. How are you today?
All is well.
And good afternoon to your guests as well.
Right. Good afternoon, ma'am.
I just wanted to make a note about the serial killer and being black.
Right.
We do have one. His name was Wayne Williams. He was the Atlanta child murders from 1979 to 1981.
Oh, I forgot about him.
When you guys mentioned that, I said, I know we had one. But he was a black serial killer.
Oh, he was the original G, huh?
Yes, he was the original G, most definitely. And he was known to kill up to 29 children during that 2-year time period.
Okay, well, let me just say this on behalf of Wayne Williams. That was the time that I was in Atlanta, and that was the time I was in the nation. And I can tell you, Wayne Williams didn't kill those kids. He was not involved.
Oh, he wasn't?
He was not. There were several killers going applying their trade, if you will. But the murder that Wayne Williams was charged with, it was physically impossible for him to do it. Wayne Williams was probably about 4'7", 4'8", tallest, and the prosecution pointed out the fact that Wayne Williams. You ever driven across a bridge? And the bridge has the guardrail, the guard railing up, and then there's a place for you to walk if you were walking across the bridge. Then you got the roadway. They're saying that Wayne pulled up, was able to push a body out of the window of the car, over the guardrail, and into the water down into the creek bed, which would be physically impossible just for a guy the size of Shaquille O'Neal to do. And it was certainly impossible for him to do. It just wasn't there. Wayne was... He just met the profile, and Maynard Jackson and others just wanted it to go away, and they felt that if they convicted Wayne Williams, then all the other killers would be able to, go scot-free. But it was actually, from our indications, because we were in the nation at the time, and the investigations that we were doing, because we were literally sitting out at night, all night long, watching different locations throughout the city. And it was a series of Democrats, and I say that because they were Klansmen who were involved with it. They were involved, the groups that we were following were involved in the TV repair business. And that's how they were getting inroads to some of the houses that these kids were. We identified 5 houses in which they had done service work. In those 5 houses, 5 kids came up missing and dead, 5 little boys. And we turned that information over to the local police, and they wouldn't touch it because obviously, you know, being brought by the Nation of Islam and being the Ku Klux Klan, that's just what Maynard Jackson didn't want. So Wayne Williams actually ended up being, and Wayne Williams was, he knew the mayor. His family knew the mayor, and his family were, I ain't gonna say old money in Atlanta, but they knew a lot of the old money in Atlanta. Atlanta has a lot of old black millionaires. And Wayne was set up. Matter of fact, Wayne had a low-power radio station just like you. You're not a serial killer, are you? But that's the background story. Wayne Williams got framed, and all the other killers that were actually doing the murders were basically given the signal that if you stop now, there won't be any more investigations.
Okay, I didn't know all that information, so thank you for sharing that.
All righty.
That's all I wanted to say was about the Wayne Williams.
All right, well, we were close, though. We were close. On paper, anyway. Let's take a quick break. When we come back, caller, hold on, we'll be right back.
Picture yourself having a night out on the town. Good friends, good atmosphere, prime-age beef, the finest seafood in Jackson, and an extensive wine list. Where are you? Tico's Steakhouse. Tico's is perfect for dinner for 2 or a large group dinner in our private dining area. Tico's has renowned specials like the live Maine lobster or grilled red snapper. Tico's serves dinner every night except Sunday from 4:30 until 10. Tico's Steakhouse at Jackson Landmark, County Line Road, Ridgeland, just east of North Park Mall. 601-956-1030.
As many as 1 million Americans live with Parkinson's disease, and 60,000 new cases are diagnosed each year. This is Lee Atkins with Home Care Plus Medical in Ridgeland. The U-Step 2 is an innovative walker that helps stop falls, increase mobility, and allows for more independence. The U-Step 2 secret is the patented U-shaped base that provides an ultra-stable foundation that surrounds and moves with the user. The braking system is easy to use and puts the user in complete control. Come see the U-Step 2 Walker at Home Care Plus Medical, 864 Wilson Drive in Ridgeland, 601-957-9174.
Buck Sullivan's, your automotive and truck center for over 50 years. We offer toolboxes, towing systems, winches, and automotive accessories. Do you need a service body, work van interior, cranes, or lift gates? Here at Buck Sullivan's, we have it all. Come by today and see Al Connolly, Carl Leonard, or Kyle Simmons at 1022 University Boulevard, or call us at 601-352-7641, 601-352-7641.
If you've got a big lawn, you need a big-time mower. You need an Exmark from Frederick Sales and Service. Exmark mowers are the first choice for landscape professionals. Purchased 2-to-1 over the next best-selling brand. Speed, durability, comfort, and quality of cut are the reasons why an Exmark mower may just be the last mower you ever buy. With 0% financing and factory rebates going on now, Frederick Sales and Service has what it takes to get you on the Exmark that fits your needs. Call or come by our store on Highway 471 in Brandon or online at fredericksales.com.
Do you have neck pain, back pain, or migraines? Have you tried other treatments in the past with poor results? Myofascial release physical therapy can work for you. MFR is a personalized, completely hands-on, non-traditional physical therapy that treats the problem, not just symptoms. I'm John Sellers, Clinical Director at Grace Myofascial Clinic in Gluckstadt, Mississippi, and we have over 50 years of combined clinical experience and accept all private insurance carriers and Medicare. Call us at 769-257-6378 or visit us online at gracepainsolutions.com. Physician referral required.
Hi, this is Mike Saxton of Mike Saxton's Garage. At my garage in Florida, we're your Ford diesel specialists. We know you depend on your truck. You're a small business owner, and downtime of your truck means no money for your business. We've grown Mike Saxton's Garage by providing you a better diesel service option that's faster and at a better price. Come see our expanded shop, meet our new technicians, and enjoy an honest, no-nonsense experience. We're Mike Saxton's Garage, Highway 49 in Florida, where we do what it takes to earn your business, and you can take that to the bank.
This hour of the Kim Wayne Show brought to you by Bill's Creole and Steak Depot on the tracks in downtown Florida, and now featuring Bill's famous crawfish all season long.
This is your host, Kim Wade, coming to you live from WYAB. And our number 601-879-0002. Let's go to William. Hey, William.
Yes.
You're on the air.
Oh, okay. Thank you for taking my call. How you doing today?
All is well, sir.
Okay, this is what I want to. I want to hit about 3 different points, and then I'm gonna sit back and listen to you on the radio. Listen, I eat my popcorn, and this is for you, guests also. Instead of trying to get into a big pissing match, first of all, a lot of the legislation that was passed, that was signed over by the president, was from both parties' ideas, and then set aside. You had a governor to turn down $10 billion that was going to go towards helping people work, putting people to work in the medical field. I think was asinine. But I heard you say something before the last break, and then I heard you say something. You and another guy, there's another black guy be calling the show. Y'all buddies, and y'all say this stuff. And I want you to answer this question for me.
Go ahead.
First of all, how did Barack Obama destroy the black community, and what it is you want him to do for you personally? What it is personally you want him to do when you say he didn't do anything? Because his job is to govern for all people, not just black people, not just Latino people, not just white people, for all people.
Ooh, man.
So the legislation that he put in motion was really from both people. And then once this black man made this, put it into power, then you had a lot of people to come out with this racist thing like they didn't like it because it was a black man done it. That's the truth about it.
Well, what has he done? I mean,
I'm gonna sit up and I'm gonna let.
Well, hold on.
I just want to listen to the other guy because the only person I thought down there had tatted and sense down on the coast of Rip Daniels. But I'm gonna listen.
Well, you were certainly wrong on that. But listen, but hold on before you go. Now you're talking about President Obama's policies having bipartisan support. Is that what you said? Is that what you meant, or were you talking about when welfare was created? Which one were you talking about? Oh, he's gone. Okay. All right. First of all, the president, he didn't have bipartisan support the first 2 years. He had Democrat control. And during his Democrat control, he did all these things that made America weaker. If raising taxes was the solution to it, then we here in Jackson ought to be able to raise taxes and become prosperous. And if taking more money out of my pocket is going to make me better, then why am I not better off? Why aren't all the other people better off? And why is it taking money out of my pocket and giving it to the big bankers so they can buy stocks and run the stock market up through the roof, and yet I can't keep the money that I earned and put towards my child care, my health care, if I want to get a tattoo, why can't I keep my money for it? And then you come back and say, I'm doing all these things for you because I'm giving you all these programs. I don't need you to give me a program. I need you to stay out of my pocket. Now, as it relates to the $10 billion that the governor has turned down for the expansion of Medicaid, the federal government's talking about we're going to match 90%, but we can't afford the 10% that's going to be required because Medicaid is already running a deficit. And it would not be so bad, William, and I know who you are. I recognize your voice, but that's good. I'm glad you're listening. I'm glad you're out there. But the point is this. If you guys weren't always so anti-business, and I'm talking about Democrats, if you weren't so anti-business, if you would allow people to realize their dreams without all these leg irons and weights and encumbrances and rules and regulation, we would have enough tax revenues possibly to fund all these pipe dreams you have. But not only are you crushing people's dreams, you're taxing people to death off that which they're able to get off the ground. Just consider that. If you want more money for you to be compassionate with so you can show everybody what a big heart you have, then why don't you let the people make the money? You want control, and then you want the people to be basically making bricks out of straw. But we cannot afford the 10% matching requirement that will be required to expand Medicaid. Now, rather than expanding Medicaid to give people free medical service, why don't you help people, those who want to create jobs, and those who want jobs be able to get jobs? But you won't do that because you guys are big Democrats, and all you want to do is make sure that people know that you care. If you know that you care, leave me alone. Why can't you accept that from the taxpayers when they say, hey, man, I don't need anything. Just don't harm me. While I'm out here trying to hold my role, don't be out there kicking me in my butt while I'm out here pulling these weeds. But you won't do that. And as far as the president being the president of all the people, yeah, that's good to say. But you know, when he was president of all the people, when he called over to the IRS and told the IRS to give all these illegals $25,000 tax credit. That's a year's salary for most Mississippians working for the state government. Give them a year's salary coming into the country illegal, giving them a $25,000 windfall, cash money, dollar bills, y'all, that they can go out and buy their tools to start a business, to buy a little car, to buy a little $5,000, $10,000 house to fix up. And they're living rent-free. They have no car note. They don't have to pay any medical bills. And then they leapfrog over the blacks and the Americans that are here. And you tell us that's okay? Hey, man, I don't need you to tell me when I'm better off. I know that the president ain't done nothing for me. And one thing he can do for me is quit lying. The man lies like tacked down carpet. He would never be able to be a Tuskegee Airman because it required to have good integrity and character. He lacks both of those. And I don't call a man who wants to be my leader, who's crafty and cunning. I don't want that type of leadership. I want someone with some integrity who's going to do the right thing. As you say, not by some people, but for all the people. He's so worried about gay rights and gay marriage, and what we need is marriage stabilized, period. If he and other black ministers and black politicians who are so concerned about gay marriage put more emphasis and more effort trying to save black marriages and keep black families stabilized, we'd have less of the problems. But you're going to go off on a tangent with some degenerate gay marriage crap while our community is collapsing for a lack of moral stability and moral fiber. Brother, have you lost your rabbit mind? I'm sorry.
Hey, Kim, all right, to answer the gentleman's question, and I didn't hear all of it, but as far as what do I want from Obama, it's simple. Go back to Article 1, Section 8 of the U.S. Constitution, stick to that, and get off my back. Get out of my pocket and quit lying.
Well, when you're talking about go back, he can go back to Kenya. Let's go back to 2008 and keep that brother out of here. Let's go to Bernard. Bernard, I believe he was talking about you earlier, but go ahead. What's going on?
Hey, what's happening here?
All is
I don't know. I'm getting to fall into the belief that liberalism is a disease.
Mentally diseased. Crazy.
And I do know Christ is the cure for everything, but man, I don't know what they're looking at. We got proof in the pudding today that socialism don't work. We got the proof in the pudding that it don't work. We got proof in the pudding that communism don't work. And if it don't work, I don't know it working for me. I want the freedom to choose my destiny. And I want the liberty to be in hot pursuit of that destiny. And what I see happen when these guys call in, all they're espousing here, because there's nothing good, quote unquote, I say this in the flesh, in the black community. Because I believe there's a people community, and whether those people have good morals or not, it affects their community. And that's what they don't want to talk about. They don't want to talk about the same-sex contract. They don't want to talk about how the home is being destroyed because there is no man to raise that boy that becomes a thug, that then rob, shoot, and kill. They don't want to talk about that because all of it has to point back to the Democratic policy and the thing that is going on in the Democratic policy today. So they don't want to come real with that. They want to come real with all this other mess. But the whole world can't live by those standards. We were going to chaos and this whole world was plummeted based on the Democratic platform.
Well, and the point is this here. The president finds the resources and everything else to help out every other group. The problem is we as black folks, we don't ask for anything. We complain about everything, and every opportunity we have to make our own lives better, we fail to take it in too many instances, and then we sit back and complain about the despairing conditions we live in. And I'm tired of that bozo crap. It seems like if you have a can-do spirit and a positive outlook, and if you're like Caleb, and you say, man, we can take this here. You got all these Negroes saying, we be not able, and I'm sick of them. I want to run them off and chase them off with a steak knife.
It's almost like they want to, man, go there, man, ask Bill. Or go back down to Egypt, man, and ask those folks who were cracking foot across your back. Go back down and ask those folks in Egypt. I've been around long enough to know that there are people out there, Kim, that will help you. All you need is a dream and the faith to get out here and pursue it. And I don't understand, I don't know how it happens, but I just know that God will put the right people in front of you, man, that will help you get to where you need to be. I don't need no doggone government bureaucrat set up in Washington, D.C., making all kinds of money, his family taken care of, his children taken care of, off the backs of the people. And that is what's happening today. And until we clean that mess up there, our children are going to become slaves to the government if we don't turn this thing around.
Well, look, slavery seems to be what we were comfortable with. We're just like in scriptures. Aaron, he succumbed to those fools out there talking about, man, we had it better off over in Egypt. Melt down the gold. And they did just that. And then the folks came against Moses and Aaron later on. We seeing the same thing repeat itself. These people don't want to be free. What I've learned about my people, we want to complain. We want to complain.
That gold cow is here. That gold cow that they were making that image of is the government based on Barack Obama's doing. It's the government. Because most of them that call this talking about, well, the government needs to help you to do this and help you to do that. There are some things that the government did because it was injustice being done. But it's injustice being done now when we're losing our liberties and our freedom today, and our children's will be the one to pay the price.
Big time. Bernard, appreciate you, buddy.
I know.
All right. Bobcat, what you got? Yes, sir.
Yeah, I hate to call in a second time, Kim. Your guest, Mr. Anthony Allen, said something I just can't let pass as far as the immigration ruling by the Texas district judge. Obama's not going to go to a higher judge because the next level is going to be the U.S. Fifth Circuit. Has a majority of Republican appointed judges in it. They announced yesterday they were not going to do an expedited petition. And
so you're saying it's going to stop right there?
No, what he's saying is the president is slow walking this thing because it doesn't look favorable for him in the Fifth Circuit, and the legal reasoning behind what the judge, and they ain't even got to the meat of the case yet. They're just saying procedurally under administrative law, the president can't do what he's done, and that there's plenty of case law out there. That's what he's saying.
Okay.
Bobcat, appreciate you, buddy.
All right, man. Miss Allen, I hope you're well in your career.
Well, thank you, Bobcat. I appreciate it.
Let it stand.
All right, brother. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, David, L, Archie. We'll be right back. Hi, Kim Wade here. Don't let patriotism die. Fly your U.S. flag with pride every day, not just on special occasions. Have you ever thought about installing a flagpole at your home or business? We can help from start to finish at a Complete Flag Source. Customer service is our middle name. Mississippi has a flag authority. It's called a Complete Flag Source right here in Jackson. Stop by our store on I-55 North with the tall flagpole and check out a Complete Flag Source, or call us at 601-362-9333 or check us out on the web, www.completeflags.com.
It's time you take the hassle out of filing your tax returns with A&D Professional Tax Service, your source for professional tax services and electronic filings for over 24 years. Bring your photo ID and proof of insurance as required under the Affordable Care Act when you arrive to file. Let A&D Professional Tax get you all the money that is due to you.
Hi, this is David. Come see Linda and I in Flora at the Cotton Exchange Plaza, or see Lisa and Kikio at 3234 Mega Evans Boulevard, or Tina and Utica. A&D Professional Tax. We're here to serve you.
If going to the dentist is one of your greatest fears, you need to know you're not alone. I'm Dr. Brian Johnston, a general dentist in Brandon with 30 years experience, who treats patients across the state who have a lot of fear of going to the dentist. I understand your fear. My patients typically haven't been to the dentist in 5 to 30 years because of fear. I simply give them a small pill to sedate them, and while they're relaxed and comfortable, we can correct years of painful and embarrassing dental problems, sometimes in just one appointment, and we do this all without lectures or putting them down. Now you can comfortably end your embarrassment and discomfort.
For more information regarding sedation dentistry, contact Dr. Johnston at 601-825-1172. That's 601-825-1172. Dr. Johnston's office is now offering extended hours for his patients on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 8 a.m. till 6 p.m. for your convenience. Call 601-825-1172 or online at drbejohnston.com. That's online at drbejohnston.com.
Know why people come from all around to shop Flora Feed and Farm Supply? We have it all at great prices. Purina, Nutrina, and prime quality feeds, cattle and equine vaccines, along with range cubes and cattle protein tubs, tractor and four-wheeler accessories, gates, panels and fencing supplies, hay rings, mineral feeders, and other farm supplies.
Come see us at Flora Feed and Farm Supply.
Highway 49 in Flora.
I'm Tom Smith with Tom Smith Land and Homes. If you're considering purchasing a piece of property for a getaway, a place to retire, or just a place to call home, give me a call. We represent the finest land in Mississippi, specializing in hunting and recreational land, homes with acreage, lots, and timberland. And if you're selling your property, give me a call. Expect more, get more. That's Tom Smith Land and Homes. 601-898-2772 or visit us on the web at tomsmithland.com.
Kim Wade here. Williams Equipment and Supply Company is your certified Takeuchi dealer in Central Mississippi. With Takeuchi, you get the maximum power and durability. That means high production and low downtime. With Williams Equipment, you get a commitment to service and support after the sale. And right now, you can get 0% interest for 42 months. Come in for a demo and you'll understand why Takeuchi is considered top of the line. You'll understand why Williams Equipment should be your first choice dealer for compact construction equipment located at 109 Transport Avenue, just off Highway 49 in Richland. 601-420-0055.
The Kim Wade Show, brought to you by the all-new, completely redesigned Bad Boy Buggy with 4x4 capability from Ben Nelson Golf and Utility Vehicles, I-20 Airport Road in Pearl.
All right, quickly, I want to make note, this Friday on the Jim Thorne Show, Tommy Couch from Malaco Records, Media Mogul Tommy Couch Jr. will be an in-studio guest for Jim Thorne on WYAB, and he'll be here at 8 a.m. on Friday, going to 9 a.m. So listen in here at WYAB 103.9 FM. Let's go to David L. Archie. What's going on?
Hey.
Hey, man.
How are you? My name is David L. Archie. Como está, señor your amigo friend?
Yeah, whatever, Negro. What's up?
And so I want to start off by saying this, that now how in the world can the Republicans be elected to the President of the United States of America when you out there fighting immigration reform? You claim that you want immigration reform, but on the other hand, you're fighting.
Ain't nobody claiming that but the elites.
Well, what a stupid move by
Don't worry about us, okay?
Dumb, stupid.
Don't worry about us. We appreciate your concern, but keep stepping, fetch it. We don't want to hear that crap, okay?
That's number one. Number two, the best that the Republicans and the Tea Party has to offer is the Bushes again. Now, here it is, Jeb Bush got on TV today, dissing his father, dissing his brother, and almost dissed his mother. He's just simply saying that he's his own man. But for the last 50, 60 years, he's been a part of the same administration of his father, the same administration of his dad. Then he turned around and hired all the same people to go out to get it started, kick it up, kick the fire started in order for him to try to run for president. But then he want to turn around and diss him. You know why he dissed him, right? He dissed him because he know that he can't win with them out there supporting him. Not at this time. Maybe right before the election when they come out, it may be okay. He know they're going to make bad moves. So now he got to diss his family in order to run for the president of the United States of America.
Well, you know what?
Sorry man. Now the next thing that I must say, we're going to deal with state politics.
Well,
Now, I would be so glad and happy if Chris McDaniel runs for lieutenant governor. I want to see that war. Could you please pick up the phone and call Chris and tell Chris there are Democrats and Republicans out here and independents want to see him run for lieutenant governor? I want him to give them all that they can handle. Kim, can you make that happen?
Yeah, and the other thing we're going to make happen, we're going to get this other call in here. Appreciate it. Let's get Dan in here before we go. Hey, Dan. Dan.
Yes.
Hey, Dan.
Hey.
You on the air?
Oh, Kim, I just want to say, am I the only one that's just beyond outraged by the way that Obama and his mouthpiece, Josh, whatever his name is, just refuses, like those guys, the 21 Christians, he won't even call them Christians.
Well, no, listen, the president has chosen sides. We're just refusing in many quarters to accept the fact that the president is a turban top. He's a Muslim. And he's going to be supporting anything that the Islamic, New Testament type Muslims, the New Testament Muslims are the ones who are doing all this killing. They're the ones out there acting a fool. The president supports that. He was arming the same ISIS that we're supposedly fighting. He was taking the guns out of Libya. That's why the ambassador got killed. And they're covering that up. This man should be impeached. He should be arrested, impeached, and then whatever comes after that. Drug out by the, put him in a headlock and drag him about the White House.
I'd like to see him hang by his feet from the Washington Monument myself.
I mean, we ought to be, talk about a million-man march. There ought to be a million Christian march on D.C. and run his sorry butt out of there.
Well, that's because we sent Thad Cochran and all those other cheerleaders back up there, and they're selling us out. American people are literally on their own. And if we don't figure out the danger that we're in and take steps, we'll get what we get. Dan, look, I appreciate you, man. We're going to have to bail out of here. We've got a, he said 5:45. Yeah, we got a game that's going to be coming up here. We'll pick it up the whole 2 hours on tomorrow. Anthony, thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me, Kim.
And your name is Anthony Allen. He's on Facebook, and you can get more information from his Facebook page. Let's take a break. See you on the radio. Peace.
This is Central Mississippi's Stimulating Talk.
1039 WYAB, Laura Madison, Ridgeland, Jackson.